What's up, people? I am back. I was supposed to do Slaughter High. I changed my mind because I watched that. All right, here's what I'll do. I'll do like a quick review of it. So basically, the premise is, it's one of those movies where like a group of people prank a kid. It's like a prank gone wrong movie. So they prank this kid. It goes wrong. He ends up getting burned, and then I think like time jump and Marty, I think is the name of the kid, lures them to a fake reunion, and basically it's just so he can get back at them, and he kills them one by one. Some decent kills, but I just didn't feel like there was enough there for me to do a whole video about it. That's why I changed. That's why I never did it, because I just felt like there wasn't for me. For me, when I want to review something, there has to be either it's one way really good or one way really bad. So I'll sometimes do middle of the road, but this one I just didn't feel like doing a whole video about it. But there's some decent kills. The acting was absolutely terrible. But anyway, today I am reviewing Orca. I guess before I go into that, I'll go into what I got planned this week. So Orca today. Tomorrow I will be back at my normal place. I'll be back finally. I will be doing Prom Night 3. I got like 2 more of those to do, and then I got to do the remake. Then Wednesday, cannot wait for this. I'm going to be doing the first Jeepers Creepers on Wednesday. On Wednesday night, it'll be like a normal. So yeah, I'll be doing that on Wednesday night. Then Thursday, I will be doing Piranha 3 Double D. I still love that title. And then Friday, I don't know if I'm going to do a video. If I do, I'll do it like in the morning or something. I might try to get that whole video out. If I do a video, it'll be like something like that. It won't be like a review. But anyway, Orca. This is a movie, I never saw it, but I had seen the title. This is one of those, like, after Jaws, how many creature features there were. So the premise is Captain Nolan is a sailor, and one night he's hunting. They try to capture a male orca, but it turns out to be a female. So he actually wrongfully basically kills it. And I'll admit, that scene where he captures the female orca and you just hear it screaming, I'm not going to lie, that kind of fucked me up. But yeah, and it goes wrong. The male orca remembers him. So basically, it starts causing destruction, basically to draw Captain Nolan out to sea so he can battle. Pretty much. It's a decent movie. I didn't know what to expect going into it. It's not a Jaws ripoff because it's not like the orca is just killing to kill. Like, it has a reason. And also, it does like bite people a couple times, but it doesn't just straight up eat people like Jaws did. So, but I thought the orca effects were pretty decent. I think the music's actually pretty good. Not a really bad score at all. A lot of, like, even just, like, movies that are, like, no-name, score is not bad. Like, back then, even just regular old movies just could have a decent score. It is a little slow. I think if you're going to go into it, it's slow. It's only, like, hour and a half. But it is a bit slow, especially in the beginning. But it's not a bad movie. You got some decent characters. I actually like Captain Nolan as a character. Rachel, who's like the scientist character, basically, I thought she was good. And then you have like other fishermen. I thought they were decent. Like, in general, it's not a bad movie. Just, it's a little slow. And don't expect like a kill fest, but it's a fun one. And there's like a sequence where it destroys like a chemical plant or something. That was over the top. I'll say, like, okay. That was where you kind of jumped the shark a little bit. Like, even Jaws didn't go that over the top. But aside from that, it's still a decent film. It's an okay watch. If you like kind of creature features, and if you're also like an orca whale fan, I'd watch it. So I would probably give it like a 7, about like middle of the road kind of movie. But I'd probably watch it again if it was on. I'm not gonna go out of my way to watch it, but yeah. But let's get started. Tomorrow, like I mentioned, Prom Night 3. I don't really have a lot to say because I've not seen that one. That one is another one I'm going in kind of blind. So we'll see. But cheers. So the movie opens up. We meet Captain Nolan. He's a fisherman living in Canada. He basically catches marine animals to pay money for his boat. And Nolan's crew, it starts off kind of like, they're looking for a shark that go underwater. And the underwater scenes don't look bad. I mean, this is what? I think like 2 years after Jaws, because this was like 77. And even when like there's a sequence, right? I think it's Nolan who's swimming underwater. Not Nolan. One of his crew named Ken goes underwater. And then a great white's about to attack him. You even kind of get like Jawsy music. But then an orca comes in and saves him. This scene is basically to establish like how, kind of dominant orcas are. So the orca comes in for the saves him, and then they decide to go after the orca. This is where we meet, I think, Rachel's character, she's the scientist kind of character, kind of know what to expect. Then Ken and Nolan and crew decide to hunt the orca, but they initially are hunting for the male orca, but they end up hooking the female, and it, goes wrong. And I'll admit, dude, this sequence kind of fucked me up, Like, I'm an animal guy. Like, I like animals, but, I don't normally, unless it's like a dog or something. But, like, I don't normally get overly emotional about that kind of shit. But, man, the scene where, it's on the hook, and the female orca, like, the scream or the yelp it lets out is like, okay. And it's for like a good minute, it's screaming. And it even tries to kill itself, like on the boat motor. It's like, bro. And then, the male orca sees, and it turns out that the female orca is also pregnant. It's like, fuck. Like, they do, this movie does get you in the field. Like, I will admit, this scene specifically is probably, in terms of, like, shooting and filmmaking, is probably the best scene in the movie. Like, you get hit in the field. That yelp, man. Not gonna lie, it fucked me up the first time. But so the male orca then starts basically, there's like sequences in the film where you see its eyes, and the theme is it remembers, basically, which I do kind of like that element. It makes it creepy, because don't get me wrong, I love great whites, I'm a big shark fan. But what kind of does make orcas a bit worse is the fact they do remember. They actually remember what you look like. They can process memories. That, I'm not going to lie, that is kind of fucked. Kind of really makes it in perspective, like, how dangerous orcas are. The fact that they do remember your face. And they really, like, point that out in the movie. And the way they point it out, too, is decent. Like, it's not like it beat it over your head. Because there's some movies where they'll beat that kind of theme over your head. But this one, it's like, they just tell you, it remembers stuff. So, after killing the female, the male basically, he tries to initially sink the ship, but it doesn't work. He decides to, we get one kill. Novak, one of the members of the ship. Yeah, it was a pretty decent kill. He gets, like, kind of grabbed off, basically Jaws style. And then the orca decides to leave. And then this is where you see it look at him. And then it even drags the body of its mate through to the other orcas. Which, I'm not going to lie, I thought that scene was kind of beautiful. Very naturey. Then, I think this is where the body is washed up, and Rachel tells him, and trying to find a Native American character's name. I think his name's like Umal. Oh, Jacob. His name is Jacob. That's Umalak is his last name. But he's like the he knows about like the talks. He basically knows about it's not the lore, but like knows about orcas and how they behave because of like his ancestors. So he meets him, and Rachel basically warns Christopher the shark, the orca remembers the killer whale remembers him. Then this is where he meets Al, who's one of the main fisherman guys. He doesn't like that he killed the whale, basically because they know, even like he mentions that the local town knows, which I like that it not obviously not rip off of Jaws, but the whole small town fishing town aspect they really got down. I actually really like it. So then so they want him to kill the orca, but he doesn't want to do it because of what happened. So the orca basically starts attacking random ships and boats, basically. And I think this is the part where it blows. It's not. I guess it's not a plant. It's like a fuel reserve. But it was. I thought that sequence a bit over the top because it's like exploding like an action movie. I'm like, okay. I think they could have done that scene a bit better. It's fine. It's the mid-70s, whatever. So after that, it's basically trying to draw Nolan out into the sea to face him. But Nolan has a scene where he's about to basically kill... he wants to kill the orca with a gun, but like from afar, Rachel berates him. And I'm not going to lie, I actually thought this scene was pretty good. This is where Christopher realized, it says, I actually wasn't going to shoot him. And then he was going to try to apologize. And I'm not going to lie, I thought that scene was actually really good. Like, very well done scene. And basically, Rachel, essentially, I think she's a decent character, but she is just there to tell him orcas remember and how basically big of a threat it is. And then Nolan admits about his unborn wife and about his wife and unborn child. It's crazy. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that scene was actually really good. So there's actually I think Nolan's a decent character. He's probably the best character. Everyone else is just kind of there, but they're fine. I think they're serviceable characters where they serve their role. Yeah, there's not a lot to them. Like, yeah, Nolan's not fucking Brody, right? But it's fine. Like, he doesn't have to be. I still think he's a decent character, and when he goes into about his wife and unborn kid, like, I'm not gonna lie, that scene was pretty good. So they go on the boat. Basically, I think this is where we're at the final act, pretty much, where they're hunting the orca. Starts attacking his members. And the scene where it bites I think her name's Annie, who's like one of the shipmates who you see kind of earlier throughout the film, bites her leg straight off. Like, there are some solid blood sequences. Even like the sequence where it kills the great white. Like, there's like obviously, I don't necessarily think Jaws originated this. I just think it's just a good effect, right? Where something gets killed in the water, blood pops up in the water. It's just a good water effect. I don't necessarily look at like that's just Jaws. Anything else that does it is a ripoff. Like, no, that's just a good blood effect. It's like saying, you're ripping off any action if you use a gun, right? So, so basically they try to face off against the whale, and I'm not gonna lie, I was actually shocked that they went with this ending, where the whale ends up killing Nolan in the end. Like, because Nolan wants to like basically face it like one on one, and yeah, it throws him on the iceberg, and yeah, and they didn't kill it in the end. You would think they would kill it, or no, like they injure it a couple times, but no. When they had killed Nolan in the end, I was like, holy shit, wow. Like, I'm not gonna lie, in a way, I like that they did that. It's like the reverse of Jaws, you know? The big monster gets killed in the end, right? You know, the monster shark gets killed in the end. This was like, no, the shark, not the shark, the whale got its revenge, essentially. You know, but Nolan, it's almost like he accepted his fate, you know? It's like, you know, I killed your wife and unborn child, and, you know, it's a crazy, all around, I like this movie. With that ending, which I didn't expect, I was waiting for him to blow it up, or waiting for him to kill the whale or something, but no. Even, like, you know, maybe he, like, still apologizes, but he still kills it. No, they didn't go with that. He straight up just fucking gets thrown on an iceberg and dies. It's like, bro. It's a good movie, man. I really enjoy it. It's a little slow, but when you get to that third act and that ending, you'll like it. And the music's pretty good. I think the cinematography's okay for like a 1977 film. Decent characters. Nolan's probably the best character, but I like every other character. They're fine. They serve their roles. They're there. They don't just feel like, oh, you're here just to be here. They actually feel. And no, the fact that they kill him in the end, that's still kind of, because I've never seen this movie. I think I had seen the beginning of it, where it initially gets hooked. I saw that part, but I don't think I ever finished it. But yeah, man, the fact that it kills him, wow. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want more movies like that, where not necessarily the bad guy, but like the, you know, monster maybe kills everybody. I think that would be interesting. And it is like the reverse of Jaws, right? You know, they kill the big shark in the end, and this, like, no, it gets his revenge. So, 7 out of 10 film, maybe 7.5 because of the ending. I really like that ending. And Nolan's a good character. You feel bad for him when he dies, too. So, I would recommend this movie. It's a decent creature feature. It is a little slow, and especially in, like, more in, like, the beginning. I think it's a bit slow. But it starts picking up pretty much when the killer whale attacks, like, the town and stuff. It starts picking up from there. So, 7.5 out of 10. Decent film. Prom Night 3 review tomorrow. Yeah. So, I'm going in blind, so I don't really have a lot to say about that one. So, I'm going to cheers. Aside from that, Wednesday, I can't wait for to do Jeepers Creepers. It's been a while since I watched that first Jeepers Creepers, so I can't wait to watch that one again. Justin Long was great. I think the Creeper is a good horror monster, at least in the first two. We'll definitely get into I'm doing all the movies, so, but yeah, I'll be doing that on Wednesday. But I'm gonna peace out here. But as usual, fuck the Biden administration, fuck Warner Brothers, fuck Disney. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Peace.